Today we're going to be talking about the best quarterback footwork drills that you can do to improve your pocket presence, to improve your escape out of the pocket ability, and make you a better overall QB. Now, before we get into the throwing drills, the cone drills that we have planned today, I'm going to take you through a quarterback warm-up towel circuit that I do with every single quarterback to work on their footwork. So the towel, the reason why quarterbacks throw at the towel, I'm sure you guys have seen this before, is because the towel is something that is not like result driven. You could solely focus on your throwing mechanics, your footwork in this sense, and all we're really worried about is just snapping my wrist to hear the whip of the towel. The towel is great to where you don't think about the result, but it also helps with something called extension. I know this video is about footwork, but I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't mention this. When you hear that towel whip on the throw, that means that you are extending with your arm, which helps with accuracy and snap, like wrist flick, if you will, to get better spin on the ball. So this first drill is obviously going to be for my footwork, and it's going to be working on my hitch at the top of a drop. So let's say I took a 3-step drop. As soon as I hit the top of my 3-step drop, I hitch up like I'm throwing like, maybe a comeback, a deep post, whatever it is. But when I hitch up, notice how I hit the top of the drop and I shift my weight back to my back leg. Me shifting my weight back to this back leg puts me in a mechanically sound position to generate power, to transfer my weight forward and get more like juice on the ball from my lower body. But a lot of people struggle with that shift. So this first drill is going to help us with that. So what you're going to do is it's a 3-part drill. Weights on your front foot. All you're going to do is switch the feet 1, go back, switch the feet 2, go back, switch the feet 3, and then shoot through and throw. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed, and then we're going to get into some other towel warm-up drills. Now, before we get into this drill, fellas, we are coming out to 15 different cities this offseason for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps. So check out that very first link in the description below if you would like to train with us this offseason. We are coming out to San Francisco, California, Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada. All 3 of those camps, though, fellas, are completely sold out, and all of the rest of our camps will sell out probably 2 to 3 months in advance. Then we're going to be coming out to Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So if you guys would like to train with us, again, fellas, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. All right, so now we're going to get into some pocket movement drills that I have all my quarterbacks do before every single workout to obviously work on their feet. So it's going to be a 3-part warm-up circuit. So what we're going to do, again, then we're going to get into some cone drills and some actual throwing drills off of some footwork in a second. But right now we stay on the towel to build good habits. We're not result-driven. And it's honestly just a great way to get us into the swing of things with the workout. So first movement, what we're going to be mimicking is we're going to be mimicking like we're getting some outside pressure from my tackle on the left and then some inside guard pressure. So the first movement is like your tackle's getting beat to the outside. Second movement is like your guard's getting beat to the inside. So what we're going to do is it's going to be here. It's going to be 2 movements and we're throwing at the end of it. So it's going to be up 1, drift back, and then we shoot through and throw. Now the second movement on this is going to be like we're getting the opposite. Inside pressure first and then outside pressure. So we're going to drift back, step up, and then throw. And then the third movement on this is going to be like we're getting outside pressure from the right, then inside pressure from the right if you're a right-handed quarterback. Obviously, if you're a lefty, this is all flipped. So outside pressure, we step up, inside pressure, step forward, and then we shoot through and throw. I'm going to show you how all 3 of these need to look full speed. Now, some of you probably noticed when I was moving through this, what foot of mine was going through first. I was going through with my front foot first. Now, again, I don't really care what foot goes first. I care about us being in a mechanically sound position to get the ball out of my hands at any time. So as we know mechanically, where do I need to be to get the ball out with my base? I got to have weight on my back leg, because when weight's on my back leg, just like 60%, when 60%'s back here, I take a step to my target, my weight stays back, I can rotate my shoulders back, my hips could fire through, and that's how I set myself up to be in a mechanically sound spot. All has to do with that weight being on the back leg. So naturally, when your weight is loaded onto your back leg, what foot's going to move first? Your front foot. If you go back foot first, where does your weight go? Weight goes to the front foot, and we don't want to be front foot heavy because when I throw, that prevents shoulder rotation. I'm leaning out of the throw. So while we are moving in the pocket, we can also work on my mechanics. That's why I'm moving front foot first. Am I saying that's the only way to move? No, but usually 99% of the time, that's how you're going to move if you're in a mechanically sound spot. So I'm going to show you how all these drills are going to look full speed. You want to work about 8 reps of each one of these movements. All right, so now we're going to actually get into some cone drills and throwing drills for quarterbacks to work on their footwork. So most important thing when you're in the pocket, and let's say I'm going through reads, for example. Let's say the play concept that I'm working is like my outside receiver's running a curl and my slot receiver's running a flat route. So let's say I take the snap, I take a one-step drop, I'm looking at the flat. My read key on that play would be this outside linebacker. Outside linebacker crashes on the flat route. So I go here, what do? My eyes go to the curl, but when my eyes go to the curl, my feet have to follow. I have to tie my feet to my eyes. So I'm looking at the first read, eyes here, my feet have to follow as soon as my eyes go. And that goes for every read. Your feet and your eyes are tied together, and that is what this drill is going to work on. So I call this a cone zigzag drill. I know it's not really a fancy name, but that's pretty much what you're doing on this. But you need 4 cones. You could start out facing to the left. Your weight is loaded on your back leg. We're nice and light on the front foot. We're in a relaxed position. So we're going to shuffle with my eyes to the left as soon as you feel, you're not looking down on this, but as soon as you feel you're getting past the next cone, you're going to flip, eyes and feet to the opposite side. Flip, eyes, feet to the opposite side, flip, and then we are going to shoot through and throw to a target who's maybe 10 to 12 yards out in front of me. So this is a great drill to work on tying your feet to your eyes. I'm going to show you how this is going to look full speed. You want to work about 6 reps of this, 3 where you start on this side of the cones, then 3 where you start on the opposite side. All right, so this next cone drill is something I called a retreat and drift drill. So you're going to need the same line of cones that we just had for that zigzag drill, but you're going to add 2 more cones onto it. So this is maybe about like a 7-yard line of cones. So we're going to be working on a movement in the pocket called a retreat, and then obviously a drift. So a drift is similar to, you guys remember when we were working with the towel and the warm-up drills of this, where I was having you guys step up, then we got inside pressure and we would drift back and throw. That drift is essentially what we're going to be actually throwing off of with this football. But the retreat movement is something that you guys get when you're getting pressure in your face in the pocket, or it could also be a part of a progression. So let's talk about the progression first. So let's say I got a play concept called a smash concept, right? A smash concept is where we have a hitch route on the outside, slot receivers running a corner, and then let's say we have a backside split route. So that's where my slot receiver on the right side of the field is just splitting the 2 high safeties. So let's say I look to my first read right there. Okay, it's covered. I look to the corner, safety cheating over, he takes it away. So I retreat back, which is a shuffle backwards. You're retreating, maintaining some weight on your back leg, and I throw that split route to buy myself some time from the line, but to also time up with the play. Now, maybe I'm just working a regular progression. I'm in the pocket, my center's getting backed up into my face, I retreat back and I throw. That's essentially what we're going to be working on this drill, combining the 2 movements together on this line. So what you're going to do, you're going to be here. All we're going to do is we're going to shuffle back as quickly as possible, trying to keep my weight on my back leg, 1 drift back, and then bam, we're going to throw to a target maybe 10 to 12 yards out in front of me. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. You could also do this both ways, and I'll show you how to look both ways, where you retreat back, feet are not crossing over, and you drift forward, and then you throw. So I'm going to show you how both of these are going to look full speed. This is a retreat drift drill. All right, so this next drill we're going to be going over is a cone shuffle drill, but there's going to be a little bit of a twist to it. I'm sure you've seen this drill before, but maybe not the way that we do it, which is more so a reaction element to this drill. So what you're going to do is you need like 9 cones. You could do this with hurdles. You could do this with blocking bags. It's that typical shuffle through like bag drill that so many quarterback coaches do, but I think a lot of quarterback coaches do this incorrectly. They will have their quarterbacks do this in a controlled environment. They will just have them shuffle through the bags. When they get through the end of it, they'll just come out and throw. I don't like that personally for quarterbacks. I like to add more reactionary element to more basic drills like this. So what we're going to do is you need a partner for this drill. If you don't have a partner for this drill, I'll explain how you guys can do this and still get most out of this drill even without a partner. But your partner is going to clap when he wants you to change direction. So you have to be able to react on the fly. So your partner's going to stand maybe 10 yards away. He's going to be the target who you're throwing to. So you're going to be here. You're going to start with this shuffle back, shuffling through. Your partner claps. You reverse. You go the other way. Partner claps again. He claps. You go the opposite way. He claps. You go the opposite way. And you're just reacting to the clap. Now, if you don't have a partner to clap, all I recommend doing is maybe going through these cones twice. So you're going to shuffle back, shuffle up, then shuffle back. Then as soon as you get to here, you're going to continue to go, shuffle up, shuffle back, maintaining a base the entire time. Then when you get out of the throw or get out of the movement, let this thing go and throw it. So I'm going to show you how this is going to look full speed with some change of directions, and then obviously with the throw. I recommend doing maybe about 6 to 7 reps of this drill. All right, guys, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback. Always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you're a quarterback and would like to train with us in 15 different cities this offseason, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of our 15 off-season camps, 15 cities across the U.S. So again, very first link in that description below. I'll see you guys next time.